Distributive property. I think we should have learned this maybe sixth grade. We started talking about distributive property, I think. So distributive property, I always like to draw arrows. I used to say it's like we're dropping bombs, and then someone got offended, so I said we're delivering flowers. They like that better. So we're going to deliver flowers, the same exact thing to each of these. Here's a side note that we kind of have to remember. If we have 5x squared times 2x squared, what does that equal?
7x squared.
No.
10x.
10x to the fourth power. If I have 5x squared plus 2x squared, 7x squared. Hey, good morning. Are those good ones?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just right there, anywhere is fine. And then the bad ones are in that back corner there. Thank you. Hey, I need to get a. Do you have a pad of these that you? Oh, you're all right. Those are probably heavy, huh? Do you have a pad of these that you can put me over?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
We have online where all those
For this? Yeah.
is it due like
Due on Sunday, buddy, like always.
That's right. But we'll wink and let it be due the following Sunday. Okay. Good morning. All right. So we distribute that that needs to be 7x squared. So we need to make sure we understand the distinction between multiplying and adding. Okay. So this one we're multiplying in. So negative 2x squared times x squared is negative 4x negative 2x to the fourth. Minus 6x to the third. Minus 8x squared. Okay. So we've done this, right? Kinda. This is more of an algebra distributed. Before you might have just distributed in like just the number. I'm going to show you the box method, and you're going to be like, this is the worst thing ever. It's a waste of time. I want to throw a little fit. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay. The box method is I'm going to make a box, and it's going to be a long box. And it's going to be a 1x3 box, and that'll make sense here in a second. Because there's one number on the outside, and we're going to put that number on the outside here. And then we're going to up here go 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. So those terms each get their own box. So that's why it's a 1x3. And then we're going to multiply, and inside the box is what we're going to end up with. So we have a negative 4x and a 2x squared. That's a negative 8x to the third. And then we get a positive 12x squared. And then we get a negative 20x. You could do this exactly the same way with just doing the regular, not box method, but we need to learn the box method, and the box method is going to help you in the future. Negative 8x to the third plus 12x squared minus 20x. Yes. Trust me. Here's what. So the next thing we're going to learn is I'm going to give you the answer, and I'm going to ask you to go backwards. And when you go backwards, putting it in the box and then undoing it is a lot easier if you put it in the box. Okay, not necessarily for these, but when we get down to these ones, you'll see. This is I don't like to warn people or scare people, but this is kind of considered the most challenging chapter. Now, what I would say about that is if we did this chapter first in the beginning of the year, you guys would all be like, I'm dropping. But if we went back and did the stuff we did chapter one, you guys would be like, why was I freaking out when I did this? Okay. So you guys have algebra skills have been definitely beefed up. So we're ready for this. Okay. All right. So they ask you to find the area of each green. So that's green rectangle. Basically, this is the box method. They just didn't finish it, right? So we're going to turn this into the box method by literally just making it into a box. And then we go 10x squared, 20x, 4x, and 8. Now, we didn't have to do this on the other ones because of how they were, okay? But this one, we're going to have to combine like terms. Where is the like terms on this? 20x and 4x. So our final answer is 10x squared. And I don't feel like we need to like rewrite it. We can just say we know we're going to add those two to get 24x and then plus 8. That's the weirdest looking 8 I've ever drawn. From now on, assume you need to put it in standard form. Will I mark it wrong? Probably not. But just assume we're going to put it highest power, then second, and then final there. So this next one, same concept. If I were drawing this out, I would make it a square. I would not draw it like they drew it, but they're saying that 7x is bigger, so that's why they did that. Because it's kind of weird that we're going to make these boxes not all the same size, but they aren't. So we get 14x squared, 4x. I heard someone say 2. I would have done the other one first, but that doesn't matter. And then 7x. Final answer, 14x squared. 7x plus 4x is 11x plus 2.
Should have just taken off today, and then if we didn't get it tomorrow, then you just wouldn't have it tomorrow.
Because of my sinuses?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, everyone. I should have taken off?
I'm saying you could have taken off.
Why didn't you take off?
I wish I could.
Oh. Why would I take off?
If kids had personal days, every single person would use all of them. We do have personal days.
All right, next one. Find the product. We are going to distribute. We've never seen one like this where we have to distribute this. How is this different than what we saw up here?
Wasn't it only like 2? It was just 5x times 2x?
Yes. So we used to just see one thing over here. Okay, and we would take that one thing and we distribute it to both things. But now we have how many terms? 2 terms. So what am I going to do? 2 things. So what happens here, and this is called, I'm going to tell you what they call this. When I was learning this, they would call it FOIL. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. I don't really do it that way. I just go, this is going to go here and here. Actually, I should have done it the 5 first. I'm sorry. So we go to the 5 first, and that's going to go here and here. So the 5 goes to the 2, 5x goes to the 2 things, and I get 10x squared plus 5x. Okay, because that 5x multiplied by here and multiplied by here. And then the negative 4 is going to go to both things. So then I get negative 8x and then minus 4.
Wait, if it was the outer, would that, if there was an x opposite, then the first would go to the outer,
When they say this right here, they're saying multiply the first things together, then multiply the outer things, which is these two, and then the inner things, and then the last things. Does it matter what order you do it in? Absolutely not, as long as you get to all of them. Yes. And then you add the like terms. So then we get 10x squared minus 3x minus 4. Okay. So first, outer, inner, last. I'm only telling you that because in the future, you might hear someone say, oh, yeah, foil. And I don't know about you, but when I hear the word foil, I think of what? What's foil? Aluminum foil, right? That you wrap cookie, right? So that's, but also they might say foil means this just multiplying them, okay? So this next one, the 3x needs to go to both. So 3x, I draw an arrow saying go here and go here. So 3x goes to both, and I get 6x squared plus 12x, and then the negative 5 goes to both, minus 10x minus 20. Oh, I did these backwards. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So then we get 6x squared plus 2x minus 20. So then we get to this next one. And now we have 2 terms times 3 terms, or a binomial times a trinomial, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. The 2x is going to go to what? It's going to go to all 3 of them. And when I do these, I don't draw the arrows. Like, I have experience, so I don't draw them. You don't have to draw the arrows, but I'm just, to kind of illustrate where we're going. So what I do is I start here, and I think multiply by this, this, and this. And then I go to the second one, and I multiply this, this, and this. Negative 6x to the third, plus 8x, minus 14x. So I did my 2x times everything. Yeah.
Should the 8x be squared?
It absolutely should be squared. Thank you. Great job. And then the negative 5 is going to multiply all the way across. Plus 15x squared minus 20x plus 35. Now we need to combine like terms. We get negative 6x to the third plus 23x squared minus 34x plus 35. We will. It's on the back. Okay. So box method. What kind of box do I need? 2 by 3. Good. So I'm going to make my 2 by 3 box. So 2. I'm going to make it nice and big for myself. And then negative 3x squared goes here, and 1 goes down there. And then out here is 2x squared, 3x, and negative 4. What's that? Yeah. So we're going to multiply these. So we get negative 6x to the fourth. And the box method is kind of nice. It's going to kind of make sure that you get everything. Minus 9x to the third plus 12x squared. And then the one down below, 1 times this is 2x squared, 3x, and negative 4. combine like terms. So I'm going to start with the highest, negative 6x to the fourth. Minus 9x to the third. Plus 14x squared. Plus 3x. Minus 4.
Who's you gonna use this equation? Like, I know you need to learn it, but like, would you ever have to like this equation? Like, what situation would you use it in? No, I'm not saying like in real life.
Legos.
I'm saying
Like what job?
If you got, like if you got a word problem, what would you like write back?
Yeah, so that's a good example. So like if you had an unknown length and you wanted to figure out, here's another thing this is often used for. Like if you want to maximize, like I have 100 foot of fencing and I want to maximize the area that fence is going to use for, this stuff shows up.
So that would be like the word problem, like some settings.
Yeah. And we might even see those. Here's something that's super fascinating about math is mathematicians will like do this kind of work just for the fun of dealing with the numbers. And then sometimes they realize that, oh, that stuff can be applied to these different situations. So for example,
I want to find the
surface area.
or area.
Yeah. So for example, like this concept of square root of -1, which is I, which is we haven't learned and we won't learn, but the mathematicians did all this work for it, and then the scientists realized that it applies to all these different things in like quantum physics and stuff. So
Do you have two?
what's that?
Do you have two?
Yeah, this one is they're different tunings. This one's like a lower one. So, okay. What's it say in the top right-hand corner for this first one? Race. On your marks, to set, go. I'm going to drink my coffee and we'll race. And if you beat me, you get a air high five. Eli, you're out. You okay, bud?
Yeah.
Okay. You just sleepy?
Yeah.
Get the sleeps? Just resting my eyes. I'm not sleeping. You're sleeping, huh?
Yeah. I had to complete my 500. Or the whole thing. I've been my best one.
Did you win? Did I get it right?
You're done?
Wait, okay, I got it all the way to the part where you.
How'd you get 7 Caden?
Oh, I didn't.
How is it?
I didn't get to you.
Wait, I got 42. Wait, what? 7 times 7 isn't 55.
It's 49. You have to.
Did I get it right?
Oh yeah.
Did I beat you?
You beat me.
No? Good job. Air high five. You want your air high five? Did you beat me? Strawberry lemonade?
No. No.
Um,
Well, strawberry lemonade if I had more time.
Dr. Pepper in my
Delicious. Okay. Can we race on the next one? Box method. We need a what by what? A 3 by 3.
Oh my god.
I wish I wrote the other one smaller. Mark, set, go. I'm going to draw my box and then finish my coffee. Let's play I'm not talking unless I'm done. Who finished? Oh. Lies.
We hate lies.
You know what rhymes with lies?
That's crazy.
No,
Detention.
I don't think that.
Haven't we said that in here before?
No, I think you have. You said something along those lines.
We say a lot.
I say a lot of things.
Wait. You're not done. Go on. You can write it out.
Did we get it right?
I almost got finished.
Okay. Did you beat me?
I almost got finished in my box.
Yeah, high five.
But you didn't go back your box.
Question: does anybody like the box method better than just distribute? Okay.
We learned it for equation in elementary school. Then I made my box.
Okay. All right. Find the area of the triangle. Give answer in two different ways. What is the formula for an area of a triangle?
Oh yeah, I know. It's like
1/2 base times height. I don't know why. I think we usually make the B capital, but okay. So basically, we need to multiply this by this and then cut it in half. Okay. If I were to write this out, I would just say that the area equals 7 times 3x plus 5 all over 2. Okay. Or the other way we could write it is we could actually multiply it in, right? So we go distribute in the 7. So we get area or the equals 21x plus 35 all over 2. What is this 2 going to do? What is this 2 affecting? Let me ask you that way. Yeah, Brody.
It's affecting the two numbers above it.
The 2 numbers above it. So we could actually split this up and say that it's dividing both of those. Or we could just say, I know that it's going to be area would equal 10.5x plus, what's half of 30? 17.5. So there's 3 different ways you could write this answer. Okay. Find it. Say that again.
You said there's 2 answers, right?
Well, it says give answer in 2 different ways. I actually gave it in technically 3.
So I could just leave it as like if it just was find the answer, I could do anything.
Yeah. When you get to algebra, we're okay with like weird fractions. So I'm okay with this answer, okay, in a way. I'm okay with this answer. I'm okay with that answer.
Yeah, I'll just do the first one.
Okay. But the reason I showed you two different ways is because in on the online, it might ask you to just set it up essentially and leave it like this. You know, give me an answer without distributing. Or what if we distributed it in and got rid of the, okay. All right, same question, but now it's a rectangle. What is rectangle?
Base of height.
Base times height. So we're just really just going to multiply these two, right? So the area of the rectangle is 4x plus 8 times 2x plus 3. And technically, that's the right answer. If the directions were to say, give me the distributed form, then we would want to distribute this. Let's go ahead and do the box method on this just for funsies. Wait, I need more room than that. So we make our box. We need a 2 by 2. And this is what we're going to end up doing the most when we start to have to do these backwards. So then we get 8x squared, 12x, 16x, 24. I think the box method, you're going to be less likely to make mistakes. It's just a little bit more writing and really not much. My area answer then is 8x squared plus 28x plus 24.
Whoa, I don't want to do the next one. It looks like a donut.
Square donut.
But kind of like a.
We're doing okay with this? All right. So we're building a deck for a swimming pool, right? And you don't want the deck to cover the swimming pool
Why not?
because then it would be hard to get into the pool. So we got to find the area of this. Somebody tell me how you think we're going to find the area of this.
Find the area of the whole thing, and then find the area of the white part, and then subtract the white part from the shape of the area.
Brilliant. So it's the area of the whole thing minus the area of just the little inside.
There's no way you're supposed to write it like that. Like if I wrote that, is that like a
Geometry lab?
No, this is not the answer. This is just the setup. So I need to find the area of the whole thing. The area of the whole thing is 2x plus 9 times x plus 6. And then the other part is going to be x minus 5, x minus 3.
Why don't you just do times? Why didn't you?
Why do we have to put these in parentheses?
Well, I know why, but like normally would you just multiply?
What? So if I just put multiplication, this is a side note, you don't need to write this down, but he's saying if I just put times in between these, what does that look like? Technically, what is multiplying here? Right, no,
But negative 5 and x.
just the negative 5 and the x. But I don't want that. I want to say this whole thing being multiplied by this whole thing. Then we have to distribute all the parts. Okay, so down here, we're going to get 2x squared plus 12x plus 9x plus 54. On the other side, we get x squared minus 3x minus 5x plus 15. Am I going too fast? No. Now I got to be careful here because it's really minus this whole thing. So what do I have to do if I put a minus here, what else do I need to put there to make sure that this is right? I have to have parentheses around it because I'm saying minus that whole thing. Does this look familiar?
No. Yeah, we just did this.
We literally just did this. I taught you that I don't like the minus in there. Then I have to go 2x squared minus that, and 12x minus that. So I like to just distribute that in and change it to plus because it's just going to make life easier on me. Oh, what did I do? Plus 15 or 5x minus 15. Okay. So then I think it's best practice to rewrite this, though if you don't, I understand why. Combine like terms, go to the highest power first. So we're going to go 2x and negative x, so we get x, or x squared. So we get positive x squared. 12 and a 3 is 15x. Just let me do it. A 9 and a 5 is a 14x. And then finally, oh wait.
Isn't it like 39?
Oh, this is a 54. Goodness gracious, I'm sorry.
Is it 39?
39 plus 39. Yeah, I changed this. This was, I wrote 5x. It should have been 54.
Yeah, I know. So on the other like half of papers, it's like 3x and 5x are different.
Yeah, you don't have to combine like.
Oh, I could have combined those.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You have to. Oh, you just combine like that. Yeah, you
I needed to combine those too,
you have to combine them.
right?
No, I'm saying, like,
So my final answer should be x squared plus 29x plus 39. I should have combined all the x's. I just kind of messed up there. Sorry. Is that the question you guys had over there? Okay. Strawberry lemonade ish. So on the quiz, I write here, I don't tell you how to do it, but over here I say we need the box method. Okay. So you can do box for everything, but here you have to. You will get 0 credit if there's not a box on this side. Then you get 0 credit. Okay. So just make sure you write the box for that side. We got about 15 minutes. I bet you could almost knock out the first side. On your marks, get set, go.